Hey guys, what's going on? James here. In this video today, we're going to be talking about more roster cuts that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have been making in an effort to get down to 53 players. Let's go ahead and dive right into it. Starting off here with quarterback Connor Bazelak. All of these roster cuts have been reported by Greg Auman of Fox Sports, by the way. And quarterback Connor Bazelak played well in the preseason. I agree with that 100%. He does have to clear waivers, but they'd like him back on the practice squad. I'm a big fan of Bazelak. I had him here on the channel, thought he did a fantastic job. I'd love to see him back on the practice squad. I really do believe that that would be a really good spot for him to continue to grow as a developmental quarterback. Now, we do have TB Fan 613 asking a very interesting question down here. There's no chance they keep two quarterbacks on the practice squad, right? Could this mean Bridgewater or Trask is out the door? Auman said they could. I wouldn't rule anything out yet. We're just going to have to wait and see. There is that report that the Raiders are looking for a veteran backup quarterback. Could they trade Bridgewater or Trask over to the Raiders? I don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see on that. We are going to be jumping around, by the way, on Twitter here. So Tanner Chiula was the next player that was waived that I want to talk about. Was on the team's practice squad the last 2 years. For the depth chart, this now leaves the Bucs with 4 tight ends: Cade Otton, Payne Durham, Ko Keith, and Devin Culp. So you do have a scenario where the Bucs could keep 4 tight ends, although Devin Culp didn't do that much in the preseason. So we're just going to have to wait and see what the word is on that. A lot of offensive linemen are gone here. Offensive tackle Tyler McClellan is gone. Offensive guards Ben Scott and Luke Haggard are gone as well. Also, offensive guard Sua Opeta has been released. And apparently he missed, well, yes, not just apparently. He did miss last year with a torn ACL, but returned to play in the preseason this weekend. Auman has a very good point here. Bucs offensive line might be set. Wirfs, Bredesen, Barton, Mock, and Gedeke are your starting offensive line. Heck is your backup left tackle here. He's going to be your starting left tackle week 1, plus Elijah Klein, Benjamin Chukwuma, and Mike Jordan for depth. Not counting Lorenz Metz, who those are the only 9 offensive linemen left under contract. So that is true. Lorenz Metz, Benjamin Chukwuma, Charlie Heck, and Tristan Wirf are all still there at tackle. Ben Bredesen is still there. Elijah Klein played both guard and center. Ben Scott was released. Mike Jordan is still there. Jake Majors and Sua Opeta were both released. Raekwon O'Neal was let go yesterday. Luke Haggard was released today as well. So I'm going to be curious to see, and also Tyler McClellan was let go today. I'm disappointed on a couple of these. Sua Opeta, I thought could have had a very, very legitimate chance to stay as a backup offensive guard, but they did decide to go with, some other guys like Mike Jordan is in that mix, and Elijah Klein is in that mix. Now, Jake Majors was let go with, I believe it was a waive / injury, I believe was what it was. So that is just an unfortunate situation that Majors could not stay healthy. But, Elijah Klein, I want to see if we can find it. Yeah, here's the tweet from Auman. By the Bucs means Elijah Klein is almost certainly on the 53 as the top interior backup offensive line. Also makes sense that rookie Ben Scott has at least a spot on the practice squad as the team's healthy third center. I don't know what's going to happen with Jake Majors. I'd like Jake Majors to maybe be on the practice squad. I still think he's got a lot of good potential. Elijah Klein as the backup center was just not enjoyable in my opinion. I don't think he did a very good job. You guys can disagree with that, but I don't know. I would very much have liked to have seen Sua Opeta or Jake Majors, still be involved in the organization. Maybe they'll be back on the practice squad. Maybe they won't. We're just going to have to wait and see. Finally, the last big move that was made was actually at inside linebacker, where you had, let me see if I can find it. Here it is. Anthony Walker Jr. was let go at inside linebacker. Auman had a great point. Never practiced in training camp. They're releasing him rather than placing him on the reserve NFI list. Apparently he's healthy and ready to go. I don't know what the Bucs are going to do at inside linebacker now. You still have A few guys here. Sarasi, Dennis, Levante, David are not going anywhere. I assume this means Deion Jones is not going anywhere. And then you've got Nick Jackson, Antonio Greer Jr., and John Bullock as your other 3 linebackers left. So does that mean 2 out of those 3 guys are going to make this roster now? Who knows? I'm also curious to see if Anthony Walker Jr. could be placed on the practice squad, although would not surprise me if he signed with another team, be it on a 53-man roster or a practice squad also. But that's it right now for the roster cuts. Again, you've got Connor Bazelak, you've got Tanner Tuula, Tyler McClellan, Sua Opeta, Ben Scott, Luke Haggard, Jake Majors, and Anthony Walker Jr. So Greg Allman has a good point here. The Bucs are now at 20 cuts, more than halfway to the 53-man roster. So I assume they only, let's see. So they were at 90, now they're down to 70. So they need 17 more roster cuts. Yeah, 17 more roster cuts to be made here to get down to 53 players. We'll probably be making another video here a little bit later on about another batch of roster cuts that have been made, but given the names of like Connor Bazelak and Anthony Walker Jr., I wanted to get this one out now. So what are your guys' thoughts and opinions about these roster cuts? Let me know your thoughts and opinions. I'd love to hear it down in the comments section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed. And as always, guys, I'll see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now and go Bucs.